Hello everyone and welcome back to Dragalia Foundry, a fan channel where everything Dragalia Lost can be found. This video is going to be all about our new defensive battle event, Shadow of the Mukuroshu. This event features Yachiyo as well as a new adventurer called Cyga, both of whom I'm expecting to be summonable on an upcoming summon showcase. This event just released yesterday and it's similar to our other mid-month events, a bit lower in production value, pretty short story, and this time around pretty much just reused assets as far as the actual gameplay content itself. There is one thing that's kind of new and pretty cool, which is the models of the enemies here who are doing quite a lot of damage to me, but these enemies are zombified, so that's something new to this, I think. If it didn't appear before, maybe in Halloween Melsa and Halloween Akasha's event, which I don't remember it appearing, but perhaps it did and just wasn't as prominent. Anyway, these events mid-month usually have a pretty short and sweet story that's kind of fun to walk through. Last month we had an Onslaught event with Humanoid Mercury and Child Ronzel as well as Young Luis, or Lil Luis, and that was a really off-the-wall event compared to most events in Dragalia Lost, definitely super lighthearted. This time around, as far as this event goes, and full spoilers for the story from this point on, but this event was a lot darker in nature and almost sinister and pretty morbid with some of the stuff that happened, but also very matter-of-fact in how it discussed such serious topics. So essentially we find out that Cyga was married to Yachiyo's sister, Momoyo, and unfortunately, when she passed away, Cyga, in an effort to try get to visit her again or meet with her, started working with the Mukuroshu because one of their goals is to obtain a key to open the realm of the dead, essentially. And they told Cyga that this would be a way for him to reunite, potentially, with Momoyo. Unfortunately, he really took it very far in that he actually ended up killing Yachiyo's grandfather, the one who trained her in being a warrior and a duelist, and the one whose passing led her on her quest to take down and combat 1,000 enemies. And whoa, okay, it's just a lot of lag. In these defensive battles, my device can't keep up with DL anymore, it seems. But anyway, Cyga killed Yachiyo's grandfather, which that's a pretty big bridge. It's one thing to work with the Mukuroshu, but to do something like that is really, really dark and pretty extreme. And particularly somebody as skilled in combat as Cyga, it's just surprising that he would fall to such tactics. Like, I guess if you really are desperate to reunite with that person and maybe there's some other type of blackmail going on, maybe, but I was really surprised by that and also sort of surprised by how Yachiyo took it. I get the whole thing of his penance has to be fighting them and not just sacrificing his own life and just giving up at this point. And so in the end, she basically spared him and said, like, hey, you have to help me fight the Mukuroshu now, and this is our shared mission and shared purpose, because as it turns out, he was actually deceived. They don't have a way of bringing back the dead, at least their souls, in the way that he was hoping to be able to convene with Momoyo. So that was also kind of interesting, going back to the Halloween Akasha and Halloween Melsa event, just because in that event we very clearly have some type of necromancy in this world or in the game lore that does let you bring back the spirits of the dead, not just their corpses or their bodies. So this was pretty weird on all fronts, like didn't seem super consistent with the past lore. Have to admit, one thing that tends to happen with me in Dragalia Lost is if there's like a lot of farming or gameplay to do it at a certain time, then I tend to forget some of the stuff that happens in the events. So for example, our New Year's event with Seimei and Doman, I don't remember all that well, and I don't remember all the side stories. I think just because that was one of the first times that we had our really big double drop and half stamina and half gathering events for Agito and for High Dragons running at the same time. So I feel like that whole period of Dragalia Lost is kind of blurred to me. I just remember trying to spend as much stamina and gatherings as possible. So maybe I'm forgetting something about the Mukuroshu, and this event was actually very crucial in revealing some new information. But to me, it just seemed a little bit flat. It seemed a little bit more straightforward and just kind of matter of fact than a lot of the other mid-months events we've had. I wasn't necessarily expecting anything like lighthearted. I don't mind that it was darker in tone, but it also felt just like, wow, like really, we're going there, but with not a lot of build-up or anticipation to it. So yeah, this was a surprise to me. I do like Yachiyo's new design. I would not say that she's heavily armored as Cygames suggested, but hey, she looks really pretty and I want to summon her, so I may consider doing that if the Gala remix that we get ends up looking pretty good. I also don't have a Wind Manicaster yet. Haven't done my dream summon where I was thinking about Formal Joaquim, so it is possible that I'm going to summon on the next showcase. In other Dragalia Lost news, we now have a firm date on when our Fire Emblem collab events are going to be added to the event compendium, so that should be on the 17th, which also makes me wonder, are we getting a part 3, or are we getting a combined banner for those past characters, or are we getting a new banner for new characters? These are all important questions to the decision of whether or not I want to summon, mainly in terms of a part 3, because I do have the past characters, but that's something on my mind as we await our next banner preview. Perhaps by the time you're watching this, we already have the banner revealed. I'll definitely post a review on that in the next couple of days, and I'm looking forward to taking a look. But that is going to do it for today, everyone. So thank you as always for watching, take care, and I'll see you next time.